What's going on, everybody? What's happening? It's your girl Tiffany. I'm here live in the bed. So, I was just sitting up here doing some thinking. I was watching some videos. So, I want to give my thought on Charleston White and his antics. Now, a lot of people know that he's very controversial because he's known for attacking rappers and gang members, right? Now, let's talk a little bit about his background. Charleston White is from Fort Worth, and Dallas, Texas area. Okay, so he was a Crip at one point. All right, he was a former gang member. He was an actual Crip, and he had served time in prison. And he came out, and he became a community activist. So now he's very outspoken against gangs, and also he's very outspoken against rap music and gangster rap music, drills. So lately he done made the headlines. And it's like he just kind of bully rappers in a sense. Make them feel intimidated. Like he don't really like. He's so controversial. Like it's so crazy because a lot of people agree with him, and that he been on so many platforms. You talk about say Cheese, No Jumper, DJ Academic platform, Glad TV. He been on so many platforms. He has been on so many platforms. Now, let's talk about where I can agree to disagree with him. He does make a lot of valid points when it comes to talking about rappers, right? And their music. Especially those who claim to be gang bangers and all of that and claim that they caught a body and stuff like that, right? He does make a point. He does talk about how the music brings about detriment to our community. He does have a good argument. Because, the stuff that he's saying is people been saying it for a long time. But he knows how to speak the language of the people to gravitate folks' attention, right? And I can understand his position about gang members, or the gang life, street life and stuff, the street culture. I can understand his position, because he's been in that lifestyle, so he know what it is. Um, so he does make a lot of valid points. He makes great points. You know what I'm saying? But the way he go about addressing the issue, right, and how he comes about doing it, I don't agree with it. Certain things that he say, I don't agree. Peace, Brother Johnson. Certain things that he say, I don't agree. I don't agree with the fact that I think he did one interview where he said he was in Dallas and he had called the police on a group of youngsters. They were just outside mind their business in their car. Um, they were chilling, just mind their own business, and he called the police on them because they was in his neighborhood and he didn't know what they were up to or what they were getting ready to do. So he was like they would just mind their own business. It was some girls. It was a girl over there or two girls over there, whatever, in a truck with them. He said he don't want them. He said he didn't want them in the neighborhood. So he decided to call the police. Now, I don't agree with that because if somebody's mind their business and they're not doing anything wrong or anything detrimental or anything that's going to put people in harm's way, then why would you take it upon yourself to call the cops on them? That's just my whole logic on that. I don't agree with it. I wouldn't agree to just go around snitching on folks. I wouldn't agree to just going around being an antagonist all day long or instigating some situation because there's some cases that he does instigate that he'll get some shit started. Now, I don't just agree about his approach. You know what I'm saying? I think he can do better with his approach, but I understand what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I understand why he's doing it. And then there's some things that he done said that made me draw the line with him on certain issues, especially when it comes about slavery and racism and stuff like that. Like, he acknowledged racism, but at the same time, it's like he's very ignorant of racism as well. He's very ignorant of slavery, just like Kanye. If anybody agree with Kanye, especially after the statement that he done made about slavery, I have to question your mentality. And Kanye got on that the interview what he did with Drinking with the Champs, talking about some George Floyd died from fentanyl or something into that nature, as opposed to being killed by the police. That goes to show you the ignorance that Kanye has, and the fact that Charleston White would say anything disrespectful about George Floyd is very problematic too, along with the statement that he made about Trayvon Martin. Like when he said about T.I. son, I would Trayvon Martin, that little nigga. Like that was inappropriate. You should have left Trayvon out there because that situation was unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It happened to be a young man that was coming from the store, mind his goddamn business, and some man just following him and watching him. And he was in his right to defend himself. He was in his right to protect himself, right? And he turned around and get shot. So, you know, that's still problematic, and there's still an open wound behind that. Um, but I do understand that when it comes down to saying, you know, calling out the rappers or calling out those who say they are community activists and they doing the work in the community and they care about the people, they care about what's going on, this, that, and other, you know, you have the right to question that, because why do you care when it comes to certain conditions? Why do you not care to the extent where it needs to be addressed more often? You know what I'm saying? And so what he doing is he exposing the true color of a lot of these people. You know, now it's really ironic that this man is a nobody, basically. He's a nobody. He came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He started off as somebody that was a crip at one point in time in his life, somebody that's a community activist, somebody that's just not even a celebrity, that can just pretty much kind of punk and make others feel intimidated. So now his name done rang the bell. And he was on an interview with Funny Marco, and what was the show called 85 South. They deleted the video because they didn't want him on there. They didn't want him on 85 South no more. You know what I'm saying? They deleted that video because of him and DC Young Fly going back and forth with each other. So, I mean, if anybody can make that type of controversy, right, and bring such an impact and influence on people, what does that tell you? What does that tell you about an individual? What that go to show you? And he done said a lot of things. He done said everything from the book that people will ban him for. Like, he's still on social media. He's still doing things. He's still doing interviews. Just for being himself. Just for speaking his mind. Again, do I really like Charleston White? Not really. I'm not a big old fan of his. I think the man is funny, but I'm not a fan of his. I don't really admire him like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some part of me that just don't like him, and some part that just don't feel his vibe. But there's another part of me that say, well, you know what? This man's telling the truth. He's speaking facts. I mean, we can't be 100% mad at him. And he said that when he was talking about he raped somebody, right? He said, well, they don't have a proof that I have raped someone, but T.I. and the rest of these rappers, they have alleged rape victims, but he don't have anybody coming forward saying that he done raped somebody. So basically, he's saying that he was making up a lie about that, but I don't know why would you ever want to put that out there in the atmosphere, because now you're giving people the red flag, and people start to look at you very strange, like, okay, can't you be trusted? Are you trustworthy? You know, so, and yeah, that's just my whole thing. I'm about to go ahead and log out of here. So, I'm currently at work right now, but yeah, I just want to come on here and give my 2 thoughts and my opinion. And I hope you all have a good one, and just be on the lookout, because I'm gonna be doing more videos. So again, I just had to take a break. So, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support, and thank you for sharing my channel, liking my channel, and subscribing and all. So this your girl Tiffany. I'm logging off saying peace, power, elevation, peace to all of you. Y'all have a good one.